Welcome to another Maz Play video. This is MazMojito, and today we're going to be picking up where we left off with HumanitZ. Okay, so where we last left off, we were in the middle of building up our base. We left off with a couple rain catchers and just going through the different structures here outside the base, just reminding myself what kind of materials I need to come back and fill in so that we can get our outside base looking good and then start working our way inside. So we got a couple planters here. We got a bench here, so whatever resources I have in my inventory, I'm going to go ahead and offload those into the actual structures. And then most of the stuff we need is going to be wood, some scrap metal, and some nails. So those are items that we're going to be going around in the world looking for. So as usual, I'm going to limit my comments to maybe some key points that I want to make, but this is the gist of what we're going to be working on in this video and many more. Okay, so I dropped a couple trees over here, so I'm gonna come back over here and pick up the wood that's on the ground. I do at some point need to start picking up the logs, but for now I'm chopping the logs into smaller wood pieces until I am full up on my base as far as the wood needs for the different buildings and stuff that I'm looking at. So all the trees are pretty much cleared out in this little small kind of park area, corner lot. We got another van here that I'm going to be using as kind of a field storage, and just going to check some of the vehicles around here to see what kind of loot respawned in there after several days. And we have an interesting compound here right above us. It looks like it's some kind of storage center. So that's usually going to have some very good loot for us to go back to and kind of peruse through. But we just gotta make sure that if the doors are not open, that we have the proper tools to bust the doors open so we can see what's inside. So go ahead and top off our food and water or whatever we have in our bags so that we can make space, because we're kind of running low on space in our bag. And now we're going to make our way over and see if there's any more respawn loot that we want to grab. So one of the benefits with the rain, and it always seems to be raining in this game, is that now all of our water traps that we set up is catching that fresh water supply. So we don't have to worry about scavenging as much for soda and drinks, because we have now pretty much an endless supply of water. We just got to keep going and emptying it as we need to. And I am now all set up with 3 water rain catchers, so even less of a headache we have to worry about as far as water goes. So we're looking pretty good there. Now if we can get a steady food supply going, that's going to do us even better. So we're going to keep it moving and keep plopping in resources so that we can fill in our base. And obviously when we're out and about, we're always going to check every vehicle we come across to see if there's any good loot that just respawned in there. Now, if I have an item in the trunk, that's going to block respawning fresh loot. So always try to empty out the trunks of the cars as much as possible, just so that we can get that fresh respawn. And since we're over here, we're going to go ahead and check out some of these apartment buildings and see what kind of stuff is in here. I don't have a lot of food supplies, so these apartment buildings are usually a really good source of food in the kitchens and whatnot. Also a really good source of clothing. So we're going to go ahead, and there are so many housing units over here that we can go back and pretty much hit them all up. But for now, this one is right next to us, so we're going to go ahead and clear this one out, or at least the stuff that we want. Anything we don't want, we'll leave it there and come back and pick it up later. Okay, so we got our first zombie here, like a straggler by himself. Easy kill. Luckily it wasn't a fast one. And we got about 4 more that I think we can probably nail these guys one at a time with melee weapon, as long as they keep their distance. As long as the horde doesn't get too big and they start piling up. But if I can just kind of clock these guys in the head one at a time, back up, just kite them in, it should be really easy to take this small group out. And there we go, all down, no loot dropped, maybe some small pieces of loot. And we got another straggler here. After I get done eating my energy bar, I'm gonna go ahead and take him out. All right. So these one-on-one fights are really easy. Actually, one-on-4 fights are pretty easy. But the one-on-20, those are the ones that can be a bit annoying. And unless you got some kind of shotgun or a rifle, it could take a long time to do these hit and backup strategies that I like to use. So we're going to keep it moving. We got a couple other stragglers here. Looks like a runner zombie is coming up on us, so we definitely want to take that one out, because although they're weak, they can really close the gap on you pretty fast when it comes to attacking. All the other normal zombies are pretty easy to just take out till you get them on a knee and then take their head off. And another zombie. Runner, which are usually the short shirtless ones, so those are pretty easy. And looked like we had kind of like a little mini group of zombies that came down here, because earlier I didn't really see anyone in the street, so this must be a fresh group that spawned in. this guy looks like he's trapped, so I can probably probably leave him in one spot. I'm just playing with the emotes here. I didn't even know we had this in the game, but yeah, I could probably leave him in the spot and not waste durability off my weapon. So for this one, we'll definitely have to take her out. And she has a radiation zombie here who explodes if you hit his tank, like he's about to do now. Boom. And that just drew a whole bunch of zombies, that explosion. So must have been a horde that was in the area, and now they're all gonna come investigate. So another explosion, maybe we'll take out a couple more zombies. And we're right back in front of my police base. So we'll see how many are left after 2 explosions. It shouldn't be too many because I would have saw them on screen. And it looks like we got a unique zombie in the upper right corner. He's smoking green with poison gas. So we'll probably have to use a gun for him because I don't trust doing melee with that type of creature. And some more thunderstorms as usual. So we're getting some fresh water supply off of our rain traps. We're going to switch to a gun and take this guy out just because I don't want him to get too close to me. So luckily there are no horde or other large groups of zombies around me that would make this a little bit more challenging. So I have plenty of room to kind of kite him around. Oh wow, definitely don't want to be close to that when you take him out and he explodes that big cloud of poison. So it was a good thing that we had a ranged weapon that we can pop him from a distance. So we're finally getting over here into the storage yard. All the doors are shut. We even got a little field storage here with the van, so we can start filling that up with a bunch of material. And now we can start going through the different units one by one and transferring that loot over here to the van and then ultimately over to my base. I'm gonna see what kind of weapons. So I see the white health bar is going down, so the metal pipe does a little damage on it, but it looks like the durability of the metal pipe is going down faster. The baton is doing a little bit better on the damage, just the durability is not going down too fast, so we should have this door open. And here we go, got some stragglers here. Must have heard me banging on the door, so hopefully there's not too many more. And now for a loot check. Okay. Not too bad. So we got some car parts for loot. We'll check and see what's in this next one. And looks like my water level is starting to turn yellow, so something I'm gonna have to take care of. Got some clothing items there, baseball caps. I always use some gloves. I don't know what the durability is on my clothes, but it might be getting low, and we got more clothes. So this unit was kind of a bust, so check out the next unit. I'm gonna switch to our axe. And the axe does a little bit better job. The bar is going down a lot faster and the durability is barely moving for the axe. So we got more car parts, fuel pump, lock picks. And got like a miscellaneous amount of items here to work with. Just checking my crafting tab to see what kind of materials I need for certain tools, because I think a better tool would be probably a pickaxe or something like that, so we can open up these doors a lot faster. As you can see, just crafting in my inventory, there's quite a few things that I can craft as long as I have the right materials at the bottom. We even have several skill points available for us to spend either in survival, combat, or world. So one of them is red, is completely red out, but deep pockets would be nice, because be nice to be able to pick up more items. Or even the power lifter to carry more weight, that would be nice. Quite a few good combat skills here. Given that I use melee weapons a lot, that's probably going to be the best thing I put combat points into. Now the items that are yellow I've already unlocked, so I can't really do anything further with them. Items that are grayed out, I don't have enough talent points. So as you can see, I spent quite a bit of talent points there, and a lot of items that were white or lighter in color before have went completely grayed out. So very few things that I can put points into now. But it'll at least take less resources for me to craft my base items. Alright, so home run makes sense just because I use so many blunt weapons against the zombies. Got even more stats. These are all menus that I don't really pay attention to, but it's good to know that that stuff is there. So we got some good planting items here. I'm not sure why I would need to use fireworks other than to draw a bunch of zombies in as I make a getaway, but got some more gear here, some car jacks, so this is probably all going to help us. And a pickaxe, that's going to be very useful because that's going to help us open up doors a lot faster. Okay, so now that we went through the menu items, crafting, let's get back to knocking open some doors and seeing what other loot items we have in these storage units. More car parts. So we're going to be in good shape whenever we do find a wrecked car. And we got some stragglers here. They must have heard me banging on the door. And we're going to use our field storage here, aka the van, to hold a lot of this loot that we're finding. We still have probably 8 to 10 more doors to go through, storage units, because that was just the top storage unit. We still have a storage unit on the left with about 4 or 5 storage doors, and then we have one on the opposite side. Okay, so we're gonna do one last sweep here in these upper units just to make sure we got all the loot, because I want to make sure these loot boxes are empty, so when it does come time for loot to respawn, at least there will be some slots available for the loot to respawn into, and we can come back and double check these storage units maybe in a week or two game time. And for now, I think we're just going to stop here with this upper row of storage units, and in the future episodes we're going to hit the left and the right side storage units to see what kind of loot are in on those sides, and then continue our process of just looting, stored in the van, running things back to the base, and hopefully we'll end up finding the scrap and the nails that we need to start finishing up some of our workstations back at the base. So we'll do a little inventory management here, but I think at this point we're gonna put a bookmark in it, and we'll come back again in the next episode and continue going through this auction yard. We still have 2 more parts of it to go, but that's going to be a good stopping point for us. So as usual, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.